Hello, and welcome to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today I'm featuring White River Farm by Leafeater27. Let's check out the map. Here we are at White River Farm. We're right next to Pelagia Farm, Whiterun, Bleakwind Basin, the Western Watchtower, and here we are again at our featured home, White River Farm. I'm using the alternative purchase option, so we're heading to Whiterun. When you enter the gates, head towards the market district, and when you arrive, you'll find a note on the well. Let's go check it out. The property known as White River Farm is now for sale to any of those willing to purchase. The lot costs 3,000 septims, and all rights will be transferred to the new owner. To purchase, make your way to the steward's room and fill in the sign-in form with a ledger on their desk. Payment is to be left with the ledger. All violators who refuse payment will face the headman's block. You'll need this note in your inventory to buy it, so take it with you as we head to Dragon's Reach. When we enter, head to the stairs to the right of where the Jarl sits. Once you reach the top, go to these doors on the other side of the map table. Then take the first door on the right directly across from the lavender. On this desk, you'll find the ledger. This ledger is a list of all property owners within the hold, whether the property be within or outside of Whiterun city walls. This is where you will write in your confirmation of payment and ownership of White River Farm. The plot of land costs 3,000 septims. Now let's purchase the farm for 3,000 septims. You have signed your name in the ledger claiming ownership of White River Farm, as well as leaving the payment as instructed. You also signed a copy of the deed, so you have documented ownership. Congratulations, you are now a proud owner of White River Farm. And here's our new home. It looks like it needs some work. Luckily, we have this workbench and anvil to make renovations. You can either pay gold or gather materials to fix it up, but no matter the choice, it also takes time. And when you finish outdoors, there's another table to construct everything indoors. After fixing everything, it takes 13,100 septims and 44 hours of construction time. But now that we've completed our renovation, let's go check out the fruits of our labor. This is a classic Whiterun style home with cool dragon accents along the roof. You also have a windmill which really grabs my attention. And inside of it, there's a grain mill which can make flour from wheat. You also have a wood chopping block to the left of the front door, and to the right of the door, you'll find 35 plots of fertile soil to plant whatever you want, which would be particularly attractive to my fellow alchemists out there. You can also purchase a cow and chickens for this pen from a ledger inside. And you have a covered smithing area that includes a workbench, anvil, and tanning rack. And although it isn't a complete suite, you can use Soule's portable crafting to add in a smelter and grindstone. I've showcased this mod before, so I'll leave a link to this feature in my pinned comment. And now that we've seen all of the outdoor features, let's go through the side door by the garden and see what the inside of the home has to offer. And here we are inside of our new home. As you can see, I brought Lucian, Inigo, and my new Minotaur follower Flint. He's a beast. They're hanging out by the fire pit, making the best of this day. There's our front door, a mounted wolf's head, a candelabra, and a bookcase for the scholars of Skyrim. And as we turn to the left, we find an alchemy lab. It's got a satchel for ingredients and a cabinet with some loose ingredients. Combine that with the 35 soils in the yard, and this is a great home for the budding alchemist. On the other side of the front door, we find our kitchen with a hearthfire oven and butter churn, and above that in the rafters we have some storage. It's not actual storage, but it makes the home feel more lived in. As we look between Inigo and Flint, you can see that we have a cooking pot, and although these guys seem to be standing around, they were using idle markers earlier. This next room acts as our pantry with some harvestable ingredients, cheese, meats, and dessert. And as we back up, we find a cupboard to store your dishes, and a dining room table for you and your guests to enjoy your meals. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. I hope someone made some sweet rolls. Underneath the stairs, you have a chest and cabinet for additional storage. And then here's our next room. This table looks like it's just begging for someone with Jackson's positioner to put some items on there to decorate. And to the right, we have a desk. It's decorated with a bonsai tree, a mounted saber-tooth skull, a mini statue of Ysgramor, and a ledger that allows you to buy the cows and chickens we saw outside, as well as put away or rebuild the workbenches inside and outside of the home. And on the other side of the room, we find a shrine of Zenithar, which can give you 10% better prices, which is perfect for a home with close proximity to Whiterun, which is regarded as the trading capital of Skyrim. And now that we've seen everything on the main level, let's head upstairs and check out the loft. And while we're headed that way, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And now we've made it up to the loft, where we have a wardrobe and some light coming in through these windows and the slits in the roof. Here's our double bed and a couple of nightstands. There's that sweet roll I wanted earlier. There's also a bedside chest and a dresser for your clothes. And as we turn further, we find a nice table and a couple of chairs overlooking the main living space, so you can go and check to make sure that your followers are behaving. But now that we've seen all of the features of this home, it's time for final thoughts. White River Farm is a Vanilla Plus player home located close to Whiterun. It offers a grain mill, a wood chopping block, 35 fertile soils to plant whatever you want, cows and chickens with harvestable eggs that you can buy from the ledger inside. You have a partial smithing suite, and remember to check out Soule's portable crafting to add the smelter and grindstone. You also have a fire pit and cooking pot, a hearthfire oven and butter churn, a lab for the budding alchemist, a shrine of Zenithar for great sales prices, and a double bed to rest your head. If you're looking to lead the simple life of a farmer or alchemist, this is the home where you can settle down. This concludes my feature of White River Farm. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.